Hey everyone, it's Winter Natty here. This video is going to be my experience for drinking honey cinnamon water for the last 35 days, 30 plus days. Now I guess the first question is, why would I come to doing this action? Well, I actually have a photo shoot coming in April. It's either early April or late March, and I've kind of already dialed in everything. My exercise program and my diet, and we're 3 months out, and I'm already kind of settled in. Not like supermodel settled in, but like I'm pretty set. I've used the same exercise program and diet for probably like the last 5 to 6 months, and my weight has been pretty much consistently the same at 148 pounds. So, in preparation for the photo shoot, my exercise program, I started this maybe like last October, something like that. It's Monday, Wednesday, Friday is martial arts, and then Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday is gym. So Tuesday and Thursday is a light gym day. Stuff that I would do there is mostly barbell OHP, because I kind of have a long, kind of like a long, lanky figure. It doesn't look good. Basically, if the body and torso is smaller, the muscle groups are closer, and it looks a lot better in pictures in real life. So basically, to help offset that, typically you can set that off in a physique if you work more on the shoulders type of thing. And I do that, the hypertrophy program, which would be 6 sets of 9 reps with 90-second rest in between. And that's at 65 pounds. Basically, what you're looking for is don't pick a weight where you fail before you get to the 9th rep of the 6th set. You want to pick something where you're pretty close to dead. You're pretty close to dead. Basically, you kind of want that burning, that kind of burning sensation in the muscle. That means that it's growing. It's going to get bigger. After barbell OHP, I would do pull-ups, max pull-ups to failure. Same thing. So 6 sets, well, just 6 sets to failure, and then 90-second rest. And then I would move on to lat pull down. So the pullovers, where you kind of have your hands where you're standing. So instead of like you sitting, right, in lat pull down, you're standing, and you pull the lat pull down with straight arms. Try to activate the lat muscle. I would do just one set of 13 reps. That was at 25 pounds. And then I would go to the overhand, just your regular overhand, underhand lat pull down, seated. And I do one set of 25 reps at 25 pounds. Now, the reason why I do lats so lightly is because I guess genetically, my body will use other muscles to do the work. My body's not really, it doesn't like to give the lat muscle the priority to be used. My body will try to use other stuff to do its job for it. And so that's why lifting heavy doesn't work for me on lats, because my other muscles will just get bigger and then my lats stay the same. So I have to go lighter on the lats. That way it's getting something, basically. After that, I would go to wrist curls. So your regular kind of like, wrist curl, and then the reverse wrist curl. Even though I stopped doing regular wrist curl because I actually maxed out on the forearm grippers. So I think you've seen these guys in the Iron Palm video. You can adjust the weight from 10 to 40 pounds, and I've actually already maxed it out. It's already at 40 pounds. So what I do now is I just add one more rep every Monday. And right now, this week is 20. So every day, Monday to Sunday, I do 20 reps of these on both hands. And then every Monday, I'll just add one more. So this Monday will be 21, and then 22, 23, 24, 25. And I don't do wrist curl anymore, because when I did them, they were way too easy. Like I was easily doing like 20, 25 pounds. And then my reverse one was really weak. Like I was stuck at like 12.5 pounds. So basically that just kind of told me, okay, this is doing great for the wrist curl, but it's not doing anything for the reverse wrist curl. So now I don't even do wrist curl, I just do this to replace that. And then I actually do reverse wrist curl pretty hard. I hit them pretty hard actually. It, it's you shouldn't try to go heavy with wrist curl because it's kind of easy to get injured if you go too heavy. So I'm basically just doing a lot of sets of a lot of reps with light weight. Now that's the light day for Tuesday and Thursday. The heavy day on Sunday, that one, um, and back in Tuesday and Thursday, I do the static stretching. So I do that, on all gym days. So I'll do static stretching first on Sunday, and then I believe I do barbell OHP, but instead of the hypertrophy program, it's actually the strength program. So I'll just go from, one rep of 45, add 20, do another rep, add 20, add 20, up to 125. So it's like 5 reps, I guess, going up 20 pounds each time. And then I will do max pull-ups to failure, only 1 set though. And then I will immediately hit pullovers on the lat pull down, and then overhand and underhand lat pull down. Exact same as the Tuesday and Thursday program. After that, I'll go to bench and I'll do kind of the same thing. Strength program wise, it's just a rep at the bar and then add 20 pounds each time. And for the bench, I've been getting 185. So that's 8 reps, adding 20 pounds each time up to 185. After the bench, I think I do biceps. I do biceps next. And that one it's 1 set of 12.5 pounds, 15 reps. And I'll kind of do the spider curl first, where you're kind of like leaning forward in 45 degrees. And then I'll do just your regular hammer curl standing. And then I'll go to the incline curl. So you're kind of like leaning back 45 degrees. Then I will go to triceps. I didn't originally go for that in the control, but I did have to add that. Well, let's talk about that when we change over there. But typically, no, I didn't do triceps in the control workout program. And then, oh yeah, wrists. I do wrists. Just reverse wrist curl. I don't do the regular one anymore because of this guy. And then after that, it is, I believe, abs. Just 5 reps of 4 different kinds of sit-ups, 30 bicycles, and then it's squat and deadlift. And they are also strength program based. So again, starting at 45, add 20 pounds each time, and I go up to 145 on both the squat and the deadlift, and then a 30-minute walk at 4.2 miles. So that's the control program I've done since October, probably before October. Now, diet-wise, again, this is not like supermodel level, but it's something that worked for me, something that I could stick with the whole time up to now. Typically in the morning, I will get just a breakfast pizza at Casey's, bacon. And then for lunch, I'll make eggs, 3 eggs, sunny side up, which I did most of the time. I switched over to omelet though, because omelet is way easier to clean than soft sunny side up eggs. And then for dinner, it changes depending on the day. Monday, Wednesday, Friday is kimchi ramen, and then Tuesday and Thursday is wheat bread with peanut butter, just 2 sandwiches. So that is the workout program and diet program I've stuck with for the last several months. So since I'm already ahead of the photo shoot schedule in terms of dialing in workout and diet, I was just watching videos on YouTube just to get an idea of like other stuff that people do, nothing extreme, but just little stuff to add on since I'm kind of already where I need to be. And so I was watching videos for fat loss, sometimes information is good. Unfortunately, um, you know, you get people with bad information putting stuff out there. But I was watching a video with good information, and I like to read the comments. I like to read the comments. So I read the comments, and there was a guy who talked about other things about weight loss in regards to fat loss, and I was reading and I was like, yep, because when you're in bodybuilding long enough, you kind of know what's, you know, true information, real information. And I was like, huh, everything he said is right. And then he mentioned honey cinnamon water, and he's like, yeah, I don't know why this works, but you'll lose weight there too. And I was like, that's interesting. I kind of want to try that, you know, just because I'm 3 months ahead. And I said, again, if this was a complete failure, I have 3 months to fix it anyway, so it's not a big deal, you know. So that's where I saw the honey cinnamon water thing. Never heard of it before in my entire life. Never really had honey and cinnamon in my diet either. I just didn't grow up with that, so it's kind of interesting, kind of new. Definitely something that piqued my interest. Now, in a situation like this, it's very important to kind of define what it is that we mean. You know, if someone says, "Hey, this diet works," or "Hey, this thing works," well, what does work actually mean? Everyone has a different goal, a different intention. So, for example, when we talk about weight loss, there's going to be three main categories. It's going to be either water weight, actual fat loss, and muscle loss, right? Those are going to be the three where you're going to see significant weight change. And I think the average person is okay with weight loss in any of those three areas. Whereas me, for example, I don't want to lose weight in regards to muscle, absolutely not. And then as far as like water weight, well, it's only temporary. You know, even if you lost 5 pounds, you know, in a certain amount of time, you're just going to get it back eventually. You know, so water weight's kind of useless, at least to me. Now, water weight is useful if you're like a boxer or a bodybuilder, so you stay away from like the heavier competition, right? You want to you want to be the top end of your weight class, right? You don't want to be the low end of your weight class. And so, yeah, water weight would be useful for them, you know, if there was a way to control that, and I'm sure there is. And so, it's important for us to be sure what definition are we using. And so, for me, the definition that I'm using for if I say that this works or doesn't work is the weight loss cannot be from water weight, right? It cannot be muscle loss, absolutely not. And I'll know because I think my competition weight in bodybuilding was about 144. 144, and when I got to that weight, I had to lose a lot of weight because I was at like 146, you know. And when I got that light, I could already tell that I was losing muscle because my performance at the gym was not good. I was not pushing the same weight that I could before. So I'll know, you know, it's a telltale sign of, hey, I'm losing muscle because I'm not as strong as I used to be, right? So muscle loss is something that, no, if it happens, then I say it doesn't work. And then fat loss, yes, obviously that's what we want. So that's kind of the definition that I'm using when I say, hey, this works, or hey, this doesn't work. Now, your intention might be different. Some of you might be okay with losing muscle weight. Some of you might be very interested in controlling your water weight levels. That's great. Just be sure that the video that you're watching and the person that you're watching explains clearly what their intention is and that it matches yours as well. Now, in regards to cinnamon and honey, there's actually specific kinds you should get if you can help it. For honey, it's going to be raw, unprocessed, unfiltered, stuff like that. Basically, a very dark tone, dark hue kind of honey would be the best. Also, keep in mind that honey it still has sugar. You know, you don't want to eat too much sugar. Yeah, it's natural sugar, which is better than processed sugar, but it's sugar nonetheless. Just like fruits, you know, fruits, they're good for you, but it's still sugar. It's a natural sugar, not processed sugar, but it's still sugar. So, you know, just don't be like, go ham on it or something. You know, it's like, it's still sugar, okay? It's good for you, but it's still sugar. So moderation is key. Now, the cinnamon that you want, if you can find it, I couldn't find it. It's actually Ceylon cinnamon. The reason why is because most cinnamon that isn't Ceylon it tends to be cassia cinnamon, which is kind of known for a stronger aroma, a stronger taste, and things like that. But it also has coumarin, or coumarin, and it's very toxic to the body, to your liver particularly, especially if you consume too much of it. Now, I think the limit for cassia cinnamon is about I'd say probably 1 to 1.5 teaspoon daily. Okay, so if you're gonna drink this, which would be daily, right? Then you got to make sure that you're not getting cinnamon from somewhere else, which could add up to that 1 teaspoon or 1.5. Because for this recipe, it's going to be 0.5 teaspoon. So if you're already having cinnamon, you got to add that up and make sure you're not in the 1 to 1.5 teaspoon range. Coumarin is just it's present in saline cinnamon as well, but it's 250 times less. Almost to a negligible degree. And I would still say, if you did find saline cinnamon, don't drink this more than twice a day. It's again, balance is key, right? A moderation type of thing. So yes, that's what you want. For the honey, try to get it raw, unfiltered, and processed. Saline cinnamon, if you can. If you cannot, just be sure you're not getting cinnamon from anywhere else in your diet. That would add up the total to 1 to 1.5 teaspoon. And with that, let's go ahead and go through the recipe that I used for honey cinnamon water. Okay, let's go ahead and make it here. The instructions are pretty simple. We just get 1 cup of water, or 250 milliliters. Bring that to a boil. Add a half a teaspoon of cinnamon and let that boil for 5 minutes. Then take it off the heat, let it cool to room temperature. Add 1 teaspoon of honey, stir, mix it, and then drink, I guess. All right, it's all done. Does this even look good to you guys? Can you see it? Does that even look appetizing? It really doesn't, but it's okay. It smells like barely any cinnamon. Okay. Here we go! That's kind of tastes like medicine. Yeah, you can taste the honey though. It's not as bad as I thought, but it's like very light cinnamon and honey, and tastes like, I don't know, like medicine. Oh, that was bad. There's like a really strong cinnamon aftertaste. Probably because like not all of it was boiled. Well, there you go. Honey cinnamon water. Let's see what happens in 28, 30 days, something like that. That's I don't know. It's not as bad as I thought it was, but it's not good either. So let's see what happens in a month. All right, so this picture is day 0. This would have been taken on 24th of December, Saturday. That's after 4 to 5 months of the diet exercise program that I've previously outlined. And so on Christmas, that would have been day 1, the first time I made and drank honey cinnamon water. And then on the 3rd day, that Tuesday, I weighed in, and it was 146 pounds. So a 2-pound loss. Interesting. I think that's a little too quick, just for 3 days. Although I did switch my diet. I forgot to add on Sunday instead of Saturday and Sunday. I guess I didn't mention. It's kind of like a free day, or maybe like a cheat weekend. So I kind of eat whatever I want. The only thing consistent is that on Sunday I'll go to Slim Chickens and I'll get usually 4 grilled tenders and I'll just eat that. But that day I actually did change from the 4 grilled tenders, the classic meal is what it's called. I changed that to the slim salad without carrots or cheese. So that might have contributed to that weight loss. Salad, I believe, is just a very light food. You know what I mean? So the 2 pound loss may not have been all honey cinnamon water. It probably might have had something to do with that Sunday and switching over from the grilled tenders, the 4 grilled tenders, to the slim salad, still with grilled tenders. Now on day 5, I weighed myself at the gym again on Thursday, still doing, the workout program and still staying on the diet. And I weighed in at 146.25. So here I'm getting a little convinced that this is probably working. It's not a huge drop or increase, which would indicate a loss or gain of water weight. It's just it's a gain, but it's a consistent gain because remember from the hypertrophy program from Barbell OHP, that's kind of the X factor, right? Like I just don't know. I mean, muscle's growing for sure, right? I just don't know how much exactly. But to go from 146 to 146.25, that shows a consistency. It's a very reasonable consistency. And my performance at the gym Tuesday and Thursday were just fine. Nothing was difficult or changed. So I'm guessing that either there was a little muscle growth or, well, yeah, there must be more muscle growth, possibly some fat loss, because muscle weighs, I don't know about the weight. I know it takes 3 times more calories than fat. And so it's pretty easy that when fat is lost, that the muscle gain kind of offsets that pretty quickly. Now here's a picture at day 8 of honey cinnamon water. And then on day 10, I weighed in, that following Tuesday and Thursday, and that was 146 pounds. So we went up 0.25, now we're going down 0.25. Again, we're seeing a consistent type of thing, assuming that the muscle rate, which it's got to be slowed down at this point because I've been training for like months, right? This seems to be possible indicator of possible fat loss because again, we don't see huge increase and drops in weight, so we know it's not water weight. Now on day 12, I weighed in and I was 145.75. So we see another loss of 1/4 pound. Again, I would say I'm getting convinced, yeah, this is doing something, which doesn't appear to be muscle loss because my numbers are still the same, putting up the same numbers. And it doesn't appear to be water weight because the drop is not significant. Now this picture is day 18, just something physical for you to look at. And then day 17, I weighed at 144.5 pounds. That's a little concerning. That's a 1 1/4 pound drop. It's a little too much. Kind of hard to tell if it's, a lot of water weight or little water weight. Based on what we've seen previously, just kind of like 1/4 pound up and down. Now we see this dramatic 1.25 drop. I'm kind of getting the feeling that, whatever honey and cinnamon is doing to the immune system, digestive system, either it's kind of settling in or it's getting to the point where it's now going after the water weight more than the fat, which is what we expect. Well, which is what I was expecting, was that it would be mostly water weight. Now on day 18, we have a little bit of a problem. I actually started a new job in construction, and the job hours are 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. So no free time. So basically I lose my Tuesday and Thursday gym sessions, and I've had to move my Sunday hard day to Saturday because construction is really hard. It's really hard on the body, and I don't want to go to the gym and then go to the construction the next day. So I had to move my hard gym day from Sunday to Saturday. I lose Tuesday and Thursday light gym days, and also I'm eating way more food. I'm eating way more food from construction. I don't know why. I guess I just burn energy faster or differently than other people. Some people there, they work harder than me, but they don't eat as much as me. So that's quite disappointing. Food costs money, but okay, that's what I have to deal with, I guess. So now the pictures will take place on Saturday, instead of having a consistent visual Tuesdays and Thursdays. Now on day 21, I weighed in at 150 pounds, but that's with clothes. My regular clothes, pretty light clothes, light shirt, light pants, and then my gun belt, which is pretty dang heavy. I don't know how heavy it is, but gun belts are heavy. Also, I've been eating a lot more food from construction, so yeah, I ain't gonna lie, probably got a little fat somewhere. And as far as the workout, I barely got 125 on the barbell OHP. I almost died on the bench. Usually I could do 185 pretty safely, pretty close to running out of energy pretty safely, but I almost died. Like there was kind of this pause, and I'm like, what do I do? So I had to break form in order to get the bar off me. But little concerning. It seems like it could be a loss of strength. Who knows? Um, Now, squatting was no problem. I did up to 145, no problem, which is surprising because I walk a lot in construction. Like, it's got to be like 10 miles a day. It's a lot of walking. I'm surprised I still had the energy to do squat, so that's good, I guess. Um, I didn't do a 30-minute walk because I, I go more than 4.2 miles in the whole day. Basically in construction, if you're like standing still, they'll send you home. So I have to keep walking. I have to keep walking so I can make money. Now on day 26, I actually changed my workout program. So on Saturdays, it's all strength training. I don't think any muscle gets hypertrophy program. Nothing does. But I actually changed my barbell OHP back to the hypertrophy program that I explained on my Tuesdays and Thursdays. I also added bench to the hypertrophy program and then triceps. So the reason why was that I don't deny that I look good. I look good. But because my body type, my body frame, very long, lanky torso, um, it's just it's an ugly frame to look at. You know what I mean? And so typically people with these kinds of bodies, they'll have to overtrain something else, or at least make like everything else kind of match. Because my shoulders are pretty. They're pretty dang amazing at this point. Like I got bicep veins, which I've never seen before. When I was like deep into martial arts or deep into gymnastics, I've never seen my bicep veins. Now I can see them on both. I don't know if that's because of the barbell OHP, but it's pretty badass. And then as far as the chest, uh, chest and triceps, basically I did have pretty good triceps back in my gymnastics days. There's kind of like this outer like definition to the arm. I'm assuming that's the tricep, and then the chest. I mean, it might just be genetics. Everyone in my family might just not have good chests. We have good traps though. We have good traps and we have good thighs and good abs. But I'm just curious about the pecs. I'm just wondering if I can make them, you know, pretty dang good. So that's why I changed the workout program for Saturdays, because I wanted to see some more growth in those muscles, and it's going to look a lot better in pictures too. So those were the main changes. Now, with that, the only problem is that with the bench, I think I messed up a little bit because I, the problem with a hypertrophy program is that you don't know what weight to use. With the barbell OHP, I had to mess up a few times before I realized, hey, 65 pounds is my weight. That's the weight that I get growth from, because by the ninth set rep of the sixth set, I'm pretty close to dead. So that means the muscle's going to grow. With bench, I went in blind. I don't know. I don't know what weight I should go with. So I just guessed 125. And I did pretty well. Here's what happened. So I did 125. I just guessed that was my range for a set of 9 reps. And I think I stopped at 6 reps because it was too heavy. So I was like, okay, I'll just go down to 105. So I did 105, and I did that. I did all of them. I think I did. I think I did like I did up to the 6 sets, but I failed at the ninth rep. But honestly, that's because I did 125, 6 times. So maybe I think 105 is my weight to increase hypertrophy for the chest. Now, as far as well, let me tell you something too. So when I on the ninth rep of the sixth set, I failed it, right? So so the bar's like right here. I'm stuck. I'm like, oh no. But here's the thing, PSA, right? I didn't put clips on the bar. So all I had to do was just move this hand over, push the bar up, and make the weights drop there, and then just turn it around and make the weights drop the other way. There's really, if you're wondering, do you ever use clips on a bar? If you know you can handle the weight and what you're doing, you won't be fatigued where you'll fail. Yeah, you can clip the bar. But clearly, in my case, I was looking for hypertrophy, which there's a very big chance to fail, which is why I didn't put the clips on the bar. So if you're new to the gym or you're kind of wondering why do people put clips on the bar, well, I think it's because if they're doing something that they know that they won't fail, okay? But in my case with hypertrophy and muscle growth, I could have failed anytime, which is why I didn't put the clips on the bar. Classic way of how to get the bar off you. There's also the roll of shame. I've never done that, but I guess you just roll the bar off you into your hips to help you get up. But no, I just dumped the weights from the side to get out of there. And the weigh-in for that was 143.75. So that's quite well, it's quite a drop, but remember from day 21 we don't really know because I don't know how heavy my gun belt is. I mean, I'd say 5 pounds, but that's pretty heavy. I mean, gun belts are heavy, but if we assume that I was really 145 on day 21, that would have been a drop of about 1.25 pounds. So it would have matched that day 17. Yeah. And then for triceps, in terms of hypertrophy, all I'm doing is it's tricep push-ups. I used to do diamond push-ups like this, but I'll give you a PSA right now. Don't do that because it causes some kind of internal rotation, and I still feel the pain here. So this is all you need to do if you want to train your triceps on a push-up. Be neutral. Go half hand in. That's it. That's it. You're training your triceps now. And for that one, I did go to failure for making the triceps grow. And same thing, so 6 sets to failure with 90-second rest. So this is the pick for day 28. I weighed in 147.6 pounds. I did miss 6 sets of 9 on the bench. I think I failed at maybe the 5th set and maybe like the 4th rep. But granted, I did go to the gym 2 days earlier, so that's probably why I didn't have the strength to complete that. I wouldn't say it was muscle loss. It's just, I mean, when you're doing a hypertrophy program, very few people recover in 2 days, but I just wanted to try. So I wouldn't say that failure was muscle loss. It was just being boneheaded. And on that weigh-in of 147.6, I was wearing gym clothes instead of regular clothes. So at least without that dang gun belt. So that 147.6 is probably an accurate measurement of my weight at that time. Now this picture is day 32, and the weight is 141.5. So that is hella sus. That's hella sus. That is quite a drop. That's like 6 pounds. 6 pounds in 4 days. I'm definitely gonna say that's quite the evidence for being probably nothing but water weight. I highly doubt it was fat. Again, the telltale of water weight is just huge jumps up and down in weight. And again, 6 pounds in 4 days, it doesn't make sense. And so here we are at the end. Final thoughts, did it work? Well, I admit that, the construction part, the week where began construction really ruined the data. You know, I think that if we had stayed where with my regular schedule, everything was set in stone, we were seeing a very consistent quarter of a pound drop every, 2 to 3 days a weigh-in. I think that probably would have been some pretty good evidence. But the construction really threw it out of whack. It took away 2 gym days, added a bunch more calories from food so I can complete the job, moved workout day, hard day from Sunday to Saturday. And even with the construction saga, the weights were not, I mean, outside of silly things about myself, the weights were not consistently going down. If we assume that the day with gym clothes and that gun bell was, let's just say 146, right? Um, that would have been a drop of, let's see, 3 pounds, two and a quarter pounds, which is quite a lot. So I'm guessing that that looks like water weight to me. And then on day 28 we got 147.6, so we get a jump of 3 pounds. Again, another clear evidence of water weight. And then, of course, we drop back down again to 141, 6 pound loss. Again, I feel like that is clear evidence of water weight. So uh, I would say that my results are inconclusive. uh, Unfortunately, in my circumstance, I'd say it's inconclusive. I mean, it looked pretty good in the beginning, but the construction really messed it up, and it just looked like clear evidence of water weight, which again is important for people who need to weigh in at a certain time and date. That's great for you, you know what I mean? But for me, it's not what I was looking for. I was looking for kind of the weight loss, and again, I don't deny that I look pretty good on the day 32 picture, but just numbers wise, I wish that I would have stayed with the original schedule. And if we had kept seeing that constant drop, that quarter pound, I would have been a lot more confident and a lot more trusting in the process. So I guess the final question is, am I still going to keep doing this? Well, I already bought another thing of cinnamon. I already bought one. I'm a very habit person. Once I do something, it's like, well, I might as well just keep doing it. And hey, who knows? This construction job goes to about April, I think, and then I'll have, had my photo shoot by then, and I can always update on the Instagram. It's like, hey, it's been 50 days, 60 days, 70 days, and then we'll just kind of see if, you know, it kind of tones down from this, rapid up and down weight loss and becomes more consistent number. So that was my experience with honey cinnamon water. I wish I could give better data, but life happens. So what do you guys think? Are you interested in trying it? One of my friends is already trying it. He asked me for the recipe, and I was like, okay, there you go. Now, I mentioned before, don't do it more than once, And even if you get stale in cinnamon, if you can find it, because I can't, don't do it more than twice a day, and keep in mind how much cinnamon you're already getting from your diet. I didn't take any, I don't get any cinnamon or honey in my diet at all, so that's why I could just, do the amount. The amount for the recipe is 0.5 teaspoons. But again, if you get cinnamon somewhere else in your diet, then be sure to add those numbers up and make sure you don't hit 1 teaspoon or 1.5. That's a dangerous territory. All right. Well, thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. Subscribe. You better. Just kidding.
Stop it. Get some help.